Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? How y'all doing? It's your boy Mike D, aka DDE8, aka 13 Wonder of the World. So nice to hear from y'all. Happy Memorial Day to everybody out there. Shout out to the Point Place family. Shout out to Bobby Reezy. Shout out to Embreeze and Naya. My sister, I love all y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in on this Monday episode of The Point of View. You can watch The Point of View on Spotify as well as YouTube. We appreciate you. Appreciate the love and the support, man, of all of you guys that listens to The Point of View. Oh, man, let me get into it. I'm going to do a two podcast show today. I'm going to do the King of the Ring, my favorite King of the Ring winners. I'm going to do that on a later podcast today before Raw comes on tonight. First thing I want to talk about is, of course, the NBA playoffs. Man, it looks like both the Timberwolves and the Pacers are going to be going home. Dallas put up a great show yesterday, man. Luka, Kyrie, PJ Washington, Gafford, all those boys went out there and played hard. Ant-Man did his thing in the third quarter, but in the end, it was just Dallas powering up on them, and it looks like J Kidd's going to be going back to the NBA Finals, this time as a coach. He was a part of the 2020 coach with the Lakers when they were in the bubble. He was the assistant coach to Frank Vogel, and now he looks like he's taking his Dallas Mavericks back to the NBA Finals. It looks like it's going to be Dallas against Boston. As hard as Siakam them played the other night, the Celtics were just 10 times better, guys. And it looks like tonight the Celtics probably going to knock them on out because Halliburton is not scheduled to play. So we'll see what happens with that there as well. Siakam and Turner, those guys are going to have to play lights out if they want to win. And McConnell, they're going to have to play lights out in order for them to win. And I don't see it happening because of the simple fact of the matter is Boston's just on that level right now to get to the NBA Finals. And you guys got to remember this too as well. This is Tatum and this is Brown's seventh time being in the Eastern Conference Finals. They've got to figure out a way to win a championship this year. And it looks like it's not going to be easy if Luka and Kyrie gets there because those boys their bench is prepared to play. Speaking of the Timberwolves, man, Karl Anthony Towns did not play a great game yesterday. They were jobbing on him on inside the NBA. They were making fun of him. But Cat has got to realize he got to get to this point. You know, he has never played in a Western Conference Finals. But here's the deal. Ant-Man is still confident that they got a chance to win this series. I don't think this series is going to go 6, guys. I think this series is probably going to go 5. If Minnesota wins game 4 in Dallas, because they're going to play lights out in that game, then we'll be talking about a whole new situation here. The thing that Kyrie and Luka has got to do is they got to keep their foot on the gas and get these guys out of there. That's their thing. That's what they need to do. That's what they need to do to try to win game 4 in a sweep. And tonight is going to be Boston versus Indiana. I think Boston goes on tonight and wins the Eastern Conference Championship tonight. If you hear noise in the background, folks, I'm standing out. I'm not standing, but there's a pool outside the complex, so everybody's out there enjoying their summer as their summer gets started. We just pray that God keeps us equipped for the summer, keep us, safe for the summer. A lot of tragedies going on. I read this morning where Bill Walton, one of the great NBA players of all time, He died at the age of 71 for cancer. Rest in peace to Bill Walton. Of course, his son Lucas was a coach, and he was also a guy that won championships with Kobe and Shaq. Uh, Not only that, folks, but also I want to just say that, you know, Walton was a champion. I will talk about that. He was a two-time NBA champion. He won a championship with the Portland Trailblazers as the main guy. His career was cut short because of his foot. He had problems with his foot, I guess because of the tallness, I guess. Um, and also he won a championship being a backup to Kevin McHale with the Boston Celtics, if I'm not mistaken. And he was a bench player when he won the title back in '86. So he goes out on a shield as the two-time NBA champion. So, and also an announcer and things like that. He was calling NBA games as well. So and college games, excuse me. So Bill Walton will be very, 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 very missed. My prayers go out to his family, to his kids and his grandkids, his whole family, the whole Walton family. You know, my condolences goes out to them. Man, this cancer thing is something serious, man. I'm praying to God that I don't have to deal with it, but I'm praying that we can find a cure for this because cancer is taking out a lot of people. And we just pray that God will help equip a cure for it. We know that he's almighty. We know that he can erase cancer. All we want to do is for him just to erase it off the face of the earth and out of people's bodies. You know, that's not wishful thinking. That's a prayer that I'm praying. Also, ladies and gentlemen, AEW's pay-per-view came on last night, Double or Nothing. Great matches, great storylines. Swerve is still the AEW World Champion. MJF came back, and it looks like it possibly could be Swerve versus MJF for the world title. That could be a possibility. The Bang Bang Gun Club, they're still the champs. They beat the Death Triangle. Orange Cassidy defeated Trent Beretta. Beretta's talking about he may quit. We'll see how that storyline goes on. We also saw Moxley beat Tanesha in a great match as well. Moxley still the New Japan World Champion. Oh man, ever since John Moxley has been in AEW, he has been a champion all the time. Even though he has not been the AEW World Champion at times, which he was, but other than that, he's been great winning the outside titles. And again, he's accomplished, and he's doing everything in AEW that possibly could be done. Chris Jericho still the FTW World Champion. He beat Hook and the other guy, but Brian Keith, the bounty hunter, helped him win. So I don't know where that's gonna go at now. What the story's gonna be with Chris Jericho. So we'll see what happens. Jericho's still making a name for himself in the business. Even though he's older now, he's still in the business, proving everybody that he still got it. He keeps reinventing himself. And that's the way to be in the business of wrestling. You keep evolving yourself. You keep not revolving, but, revolving and making your character more fresher. And that's what Chris Jericho is doing. Also, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to Mercedes Moné. She became the TBS champion, which everybody knew that was going to happen. She beat Willow Nightingale, but the storyline now is going to be, Stanlander, which turned on Willow after the match. So we're going to see what happens now between Stanlander and Willow, which I knew that this was going to happen because if Moné would have won the title, that's what happened. Also, Edge still is the TNT champion, aka Adam Copeland. Gangrel came out and helped with the House of Black. Great victory for them. Good to see Gangrel back in a wrestling ring. So Gangrel and Edge had that one moment last night. Interesting to see what happens with that. Going on as the story unfolds. Who's next for Edge to go for the title? I think you go back with Kyle O'Reilly. I think you go with Daniel Garcia. You got to figure out a new opponent for Edge. That's just that plain and simple. Other matches. Well, Toni Storm beat Serena Dweeb, so she still is the champion, timeless Toni Storm. They're making a lot out of Toni Storm. Thunder Rosa lost to Deonna Purrazzo. I'm hoping that story is over, but I doubt it. What else happened on there? Oh man. Congratulations to Will Ospreay. He beat Roderick Strong to become the AEW International Champion. I told you guys that was going to happen, and I figured that was going to happen. What a great match they had. I watched the highlights of the match. The highlights of the match was absolutely phenomenal. So that's going to be a top 10 match between them. You're going to see that. You're probably going to see a rematch for that as well. What's the other situation we had as well? The Acclaim beat Cage of Agony. What other matches had on AEW last night? It was a couple of more matches going on there last night, man. The great news. I don't know if this is true, but I think I heard that they're supposed to be having two things. The Owen Hart tournament starts back up July the 11th. The champions of the women and the men's side, whoever wins it, will get a championship match. Not only that, I'm hearing the rumbles of an AEW Women's Tag Team Championship belts. Congratulations to them for that. Now WWE needs to counteract that, which they already going to have the Women's North American title in NXT. But I think you need to add another mid-card title for the women's on the Raw and SmackDown roster, and another title on the main roster for the guys. So that's my thoughts on that. So we'll see what happens with all that as well. As we get forth to the moving pieces, tonight's Raw. The only thing I know tonight, of course, we're going to recap. They're going to recap the King of the Ring. But I think tonight Becky Lynch is going to go up against Liv Morgan. And I think Becky Lynch is going to be done with the company tonight. I think that Becky Lynch will lose to Liv tonight. And this will be a shock if she wins tonight and loses and Becky wins the title back tonight. But if she loses, I think she's out the company. I think she's going to leave WWE. I think that's what it is, That's my theory on that, because I don't think she re-signed with WWE. I think she wants to be home more with the kid. I think she wants to promote the book more. I think she wants to be a part of Hollywood as well. So we'll see what happens with Becky Lynch tonight. If she loses to Liv, there's a possibility she's probably done with WWE. We'll see what happens with that as well. You guys enjoy sports tonight, wrestling, basketball, hockey, baseball. Get your dose of sports, God bless you, God keep you. I'm out. I'll be back later with a special pod on the King of the Ring. God bless you, God keep you.